Hello to all my witches, warlocks, and writers and wanderers. I am KibbyRose. It is December 11th, 2024. I am here to cover for you some pop culture stuff, some witchy stuff, and some horoscopy stuff. I'm KibbyRose, if I didn't mention that already. So let me go ahead and roll the intro so we can get this thing started. So for those that are new here, hello, how are you? I am KibbyRose. If you notice, welcome and how are you? For the rest of you that are returning people, let me explain a little bit as to why my energy is so low. I had a really bad Crohn's attack yesterday, so I was in a lot of pain to the point where I really didn't do much or move yesterday. So as you notice, my energy is still a little low. I'm still a little swollen, but we're here. We're going to get things done. We're going to talk about some horoscope stuff. We're going to talk about some witchy stuff. We're going to share some YouTube law nerd stuff, merch. We're going to still get things done because, I've been looking forward to the stuff that I have going on today, and I still want to work, and I feel better than I did yesterday. So I'm here. We've got a lot to cover. I have a full display. So I got my law nerd merch. I have our horoscope and mid-month planetary movements. And then I've got our Yule dinner and our Yule altar prep. And we're going to be able to share all of that today. And then a couple topics I wanted to touch on when I do my little rants are going to be some new things that popped off in some legal sense, because Miss Cora and I aren't going to be able to pursue our channel until our new Law Nerd channel or Law Tea channel until the new year. So there's some stuff that just went off this weekend that I do want to talk about, because between Gypsy Rose and the Diddler and new situations, to the TikTok ban, to complete media changes within everything, to an apology that I have to make because of very interesting events that occurred. So to get into things, I'm going to say hi to Cora real quick because I see that you popped into my little comments. Just dropping by to say hi. Have to leave in a few minutes for an appointment. I know you always have an appointment on Wednesdays, your standard. I'm actually starting to feel better. You should have seen me yesterday, or I actually talked to you yesterday, and I was in a lot more pain. At least today I can function. But the one thing that's got me being able to function, because I'm super excited about, is I got my hair done. You guys can't see it very well, but it is a dark blue color, and it's not my whole head. It just kind of shifts. So you can see it better from up there, but I got my hair done. So for all of you that have been watching for a while that saw my hair half bleached or whatever, that is actually what I got done. So I got that done on Friday. Friday for me was good, but bad, but good. When getting my hair done, it didn't turn out exactly as I wanted it to. So inevitably I did it myself, and then it turned out great. The other thing that happened for me on Friday is I got my Law Nerd merch bag. And then the other thing that happened for me on Friday was I was listening to my podcast just to catch up, because if you guys, for those of you that listen to my channel on the reg, you know that I've gone off about dance moms on several occasions on my channel, from supporting them to maybe withdrawing a little bit from supporting them because of current events. Well, recently on the Ask Dance Moms podcast, they acknowledged me. So I have to, because of who I am and what I stand for, I am going to make a formal apology to the Dance Moms that I'm going to retract my statement and my criticism that you don't answer your Patreon's questions like you maybe say you do. Jill, thank you for acknowledging my comment and addressing it, ladies, especially. Also, on that note, here's me eating crow. And I hope that makes the Dance Moms giggle, because that was, if you watch Dance Moms, you already know. So here's me eating my crow a little bit. But I don't retract everything I said. A lot of the criticism that I looked back on, I still kind of stand by. I noticed that there were some changes on the way they announce things on Back to the Bar in regards to who gets announced, what Patreons get announced at the beginning of their show. So I am one of those that I'm about taking accountability, and as long as you take accountability and change, acknowledgement, accountability, and change is my motto, and that's exactly what the Dance Moms did. And I full-heartedly wanted to apologize and retract my statement for saying that you do not acknowledge your Patreons, because you do, but I'm not going to retract everything I said. And I do appreciate immensely that you answered my question. And Jill, I just wanted to let you know personally that you gave me a whole different point of view in regards to my mom, because I am such a tomboy, truthfully, by heart, that I didn't think about the side of, well, maybe my mom missed a little bit of me being that girly girl. My older sister was still very much a girly girl, but I didn't think about how maybe it affected her with me. And it actually softened me a little bit more to my mom in regards to stuff. So I just wanted to thank you for that, because you giving me that different perspective and looking at it from a different angle really did actually change my perspective on maybe why my mom maybe wasn't so, maybe subconsciously there was a reason why she wasn't so supportive. And it was because the truth is when I came out as a lesbian, it wasn't a surprise to her. She already knew. And she referenced that she was actually very worried about it with me, because at the time, I'm 40. When I came out, it was in the early 90s. And she feared, because I had such a tough life already, that I was just adding one more thing to make it harder. And so I could see how, there was a lot of different ways that I kind of took that and changed my perspective on things. So I really want to I just wanted to say thank you for answering that and giving me a different perspective, because yeah. And I had a really good conversation with my mom about it. So thank you. And if you all, I still listen and support the podcast. Financially, I can't support the Patreon simply because, well, A, my morals and standards, and B, it's not within my budget. I turned that money towards something else. So unfortunately, it was already one of those where I was doing my finances for the year, and that money was diverted into a different location. Maybe in the future, if I get a good job or a standing income, I'll be able to subscribe again. But until then, I will be supporting you fully through the podcast regime, which I hope you still are able to financially benefit from. So on another note, going to the next people that I support. As I mentioned before, I'm a huge law nerd. Emily D. Baker, I have been a fan of hers since she was 100,000 people. I actually moderated for her for a little bit of a time, but once she started doing the big live streams with like a couple 100,000 people in it, I couldn't keep up. It was overwhelming to me. I have ADHD. I'm a lot like her, which is why I relate to her. But being on the moderator end, I couldn't do it. So I still support her because A, I love law. I relate to her so much because ADHD, neurodivergent. She's a Leonard. She lived in California. She grew up in California. There's also a weird coincidence where she and I happened to move from the West Coast to Tennessee at the same time as well. And that was very weird and coincidental because I lived in Gallatin, Tennessee when she lived a little bit further in Nashville. So there was just and then I found her when she was kind of a smaller channel, and I literally watched her channel explode, absolutely explode. And I have been cheering from the sidelines ever since. And when her first merch drop happened, I bought like 3 t-shirts, 2 mugs, and I think a hat. But I kind of got like one of everything that she dropped. And because of situations that happened, and I had to escape a domestic violence situation in Tennessee and move with 2 suitcases and a backpack to Virginia to restart my life, I had to leave behind certain things, including all of her merchandise, because unfortunately, when it comes down to choosing what you're going to take with you, you really have to sort of let's just say when you really do have to choose what you have to take, what you can only take with you, the priorities do shine out. And I figured I could still support her channel and everything else in other ways, and just I could replace the merchandise eventually. Well, my birthday came in November. I was given some extra money for my birthday. So for my birthday, I replaced the stuff I lost when I went through that whole situation for Emily D. Baker's channel. And it just so happened coalesces with when she just launched her new merch. So I was like, if this is not sign that things are aligning, I don't know what is. So I figured, since Cora and I are going to be launching a Law T channel soon, and I am a huge supporter of Emily D. Baker, and it just so happens to be December 11th at 1:11 p.m. my time. So y'all make a wish, because wow, I wanted to show off. And here's the thing, I opened it like this, and we all got a little peek, but that's as far as I've opened it, except for cutting the top of this package. And that's one thing I noticed, is it came with a gift, with an extra gift. You guys should see my feet. They are tapping away down here. So we have a free gift, and that's got some weight to it. Huh, that's got some weight to it. So we got a free gift, and then we've got the sweatshirt. So, Leonard hoodie. So let's get this thing open so we can try it on. And I'm just going to open the bag because I want to see the free gifts first. So, and I have been, y'all are like, no, put the sweater on. I'm sorry. I have been waiting since Friday to open this bag. You have no idea how many times I walked over into it and was just like, So I want to know what is in here, because this has weight to it. So we're gonna try to do it this way. Let's see if I can grab it all. Okay, it's awkwardly shaped. Ready, y'all? What the? Conk. You can hear it. If you are a Law and Order freak, you know every time you see that, you can just hear it. So we've got, this is a squishy Emily D. Baker gavel. Oh, that's going to be so fun to play with when we at the Law T channel. Oh, I might be smacking the table out of it with this, you guys, during certain situations with the Law T channel. She gave us our own play buttons. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. So she gave us our own play buttons. This looks like when I became a member and actually subscribed by my membership to her. So the 700,000, that is so cool. Okay. And then we got some stickers. Oh my gosh, who doesn't love stickers? So we've got a bring the jury sticker. Judge. Love it. Okay, then we've got, the muffins. Okay, so Emily does this thing called Food Court, where she discusses a lot of different cases that have to do with food. Okay, so these are from the muffins case with the Food Court, because now all of us law nerds say we want some muffins. We would like some muffins, please. And then we have, okay, so I think I am not a Pokemon player. However, I know Emily is. I know Emily is a huge Pokemon player. And I'm pretty sure, okay, so I think, oh my gosh, these are so cute. These are, okay, so I don't play Pokemon, but Emily D. Baker is a huge Pokemon player. And she always talks about when she goes different places, how she runs and catches Pokemons. So it looks like she gave us a bunch of our own, very own Pokemon cards that have to do with law nerds. It's Emily. I love it with her purple hair and everything. Oh my gosh. And you know what? That makes me feel so seen, because that's kind of my setup with my laptop and my microphone. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. So I am absolutely in love with that. I might end up having to start playing Pokemon, Emily. You know, I never really got into it. It wasn't really my thing. Oh my gosh. I got a quick change. Is there something special about that kind of card? I wonder. Oh my gosh, Emily, there's got to be something about that. There's like, I may not be like totally into Pokemon, but if I know anything about Pokemon, there's something special about the, like, that is so cool. Quick change. In this form, the cursey words are temporarily set aside for a more TV-friendly presentation. The change catches your opponent off guard. They are stunned for 2 turns. That's cool. That's so cool. That's so cool. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so that's the little stuff. Those are the free gifts that we got. Now for the sweater. I'm gonna get all lost up in the cards. Forget I'm on a live stream here. Okay, so here we go with the sweater. All right. Okay. I don't think this is the one I ordered. This is super cool. However, I don't think this is the one I ordered. I got to check something, you guys, real quick. Because the one I thought I ordered was the zip up. Nope. Oh, there wasn't a zip up. No, this is the right one. Okay. I wasn't paying attention to what I was looking at. Okay. So I was looking at the shape. That's right. So it's got the shape to it. No, this is the right one. Okay. So we're going to throw this on. I want to see what this looks like on. Do. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, all right. So we've got the front. And then we've got the back with the Leonard. So we might have to be doing some TikToks. And it's got the Leonard on the sleeve. Check that out. So it is official. I got my Leonard merch and the hoodie. Check it out. Yep. And I got my unicorn horse. Let's ride. Oh, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to end up getting hot if I keep wearing this, but you all might be seeing this in the future on a different live stream. So come January. Oh, that's so cool. So here's the actual symbol. Hell yeah. I don't know how many pictures I have of me doing that. Yep. So I'm super stoked on that. An EBD 2024. I love how it's done. And I love these colors because her last merch drop was only black and whites and a little bit like she had the rainbow stuff, but it was just black and white. And this is good. Oh, I love this. And this is thicker printing than she had before. It's better quality. So here's the thing is it is fleece lined all the way up through the hood and on the inside, which is absolutely awesome. It's not thick, but it's that warm thick. Does that make sense? Like it is it's that kind of woven where, yeah, like I had it on literally for those couple of seconds and I was hot. Like I started sweating. Glad I'm wearing a white shirt. So, oh, I love that. And it's the right fit. The sleeves are long enough. The waist hit right. Like I am a tall, lanky girl that's skinny. It is not usually easy for like, so, yes, I look like a model, but they don't make clothes necessarily for my body type. It's sometimes difficult for me to find sleeves that are long enough, as you guys always see me doing this. And pants have gotten better through the years, I'll admit. In the 90s, they started with the long inseam and it became so popular that it just became standard. So jeans, not so much, but shirts, especially, and especially where they hit. When sweatshirts usually come up like here on me for some reason, instead of hitting down here. Like I want my shirt up here. I want my sweatshirt down here. And that hit right down there. So Emily, amazing. I love it. Love my Lawnerd merch. But on that note, we do need to get into a sprint. So I am going to pull up the timer. I'm going to unplug my computer so I can put my big screen on. Put the big screen on. So we've got my gavel for later. We'll just go ahead and set that right there. I got my Pokemon cards. I want to put this somewhere. I absolutely love this. Like it came in its own little sleeve and everything, but I want to display it somewhere. That's so cool. It's like, look how special I am. Oh. So that's what I love about and that's what I know about YouTube. That's why I always acknowledge anybody that comes into my chat, because I know what it feels like to be seen by your favorite creators. And like it does. When you're able to connect, especially like with Emily, because she shares so many things with her members on a personal level, really the Wi-Fi is going to fight. So I sound like I know for a fact right now, I probably sound like a machine. There it goes. Okay. So as I was saying, I know how important it is to be acknowledged by your favorite creators because as I tell my clients, there's like multiple layers to it. You've got like your outer circle, your outer friendship circle, then your outer personal circle. And then you've got your inner personal circle or inner friendship circle, inner personal circle, and then your inner circle. And I always tell people there's multiple layers to this. And as a creator, you have to be able to balance those three outer rings in a way where people still feel accepted and acknowledged, but they're not invading into your privacy. And Emily and a lot of the creators that I follow, including, so many Clownfish, like most of the creators that I have listed down below or in my links. And then like Emily D. Baker, Clownfish Media, in my enraged rants. I can't think today because the energies are off, which reminds me, we're going to get into a sprint, just 20 minutes. And then I'm going to do horoscopes for you so you can understand what's coming the next couple of days. That way, actually, should I do it now? Because this always happens. I was supposed to do this first and then share the Lawnerd thing, but I was so excited to share the Lawnerd thing that literally that happened first. See, I skipped over one and went straight to 2 to 3, simply because, yeah. So this takes an hour, but I am going to give you an overview for everybody because what I saw, pretty much what's happening this morning, is irritating, distracting, disorienting energies were all this morning. And then we're going to have sensitive energies come in this afternoon. And just be aware of that. So for any of you that just needed a quick overview for now, before we go into the afternoon, because I know that some of you are on the East Coast, just be aware that whatever has been disorienting and irritating this morning is going to become sensitive this afternoon. So if you're one of those that responds that you take things personally, just know that you're going to get more frustrated with yourself this afternoon. And if you're one of those that people irritate you, you're going to get more frustrated with others this afternoon. Okay. Today's like ultimately disorienting, distracting, can't put your thumb on it, chaotic, sensitive energies. So for anybody who's sensitive, be nice to yourself. And for the rest of you, be nice to others. Okay. So, and today is literally just be nice to everybody today because it's a tough day today for everybody. All right. I'm going to start the 20-minute timer. We're all going to get a little bit of work done. And then I'm going to spend an hour after this sprint explaining what is coming for the next 2 days. All right. In 3, 2, 1. And don't forget to mute yourself. Time's up. That's the end of that 20-minute sprint. We'll probably have one or two more before I end the stream. My stomach's feeling pretty good, so we'll just keep rolling with it. So we're going to go over the horoscopes real quick because I said last stream that I was going to start doing the horoscopes for Wednesday and Thursday earlier because someone mentioned that I was getting them too late, and by the time I was covering Wednesday morning, it was already evening for them. So we're going to buzz through this real quick. So hopefully for even those of you that it's still, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you can at least understand what happened this morning and be able to navigate this evening. So we're going to run through it the way we normally do. We're going to start with Aries and boogie on through. The planetary changes that you do need to take into note that are going to affect you this weekend is that we have a full moon on the 15th. So if you need to cleanse anything or, ask, it's good, strong, powerful energy. I have to look what kind of full moon. Yeah, it's the long night moon. So if you have any long spells that take a couple hours to do, this full moon is going to be a good full moon to do it. So the thing going on today and tomorrow that you need to be aware of is we have Venus and Mars in opposition, which means, we've got aggressive, sensitive, emotional energies coming in, and they are playing everywhere along everyone's charts. So starting with Aries, we're going to do the way I do this for anybody who's new is we start with Aries, we go through to Pisces. We always do Scorpio at the end, or else I get discombobulated because I am a Scorpio and my angels try to start sending me messages. I usually go over the weekly energy forecast, and then for each sign, I break down the energies for the morning, afternoon, and evening, or kind of as much of a breakdown as I can give you for the morning, afternoon, and evening for Wednesdays and Thursdays. That happens today. For the weekend forecast, I'm going to do that tomorrow at the end of the stream. So Aries, starting off today, things were a bit irritating of everyone else. It seemed like just everybody everywhere was just irritating you. It didn't matter if they were sitting there silent or if they were talking their heads off, overwhelmingly irritating energies. And they're referencing that sensitive internal energies can cause some miscommunications and disconnections today, because with these kind of energies, Aries, you tend to turn inwards, which causes you to disconnect from the rest of the world, which can cause misunderstandings on communication levels. So be aware of that this morning. Think before reacting and pick your battles is going to be kind of the name of the game today, especially when it comes to people that are, that are overly sensitive or overly judgmental. Okay. This evening, this afternoon into evening, the sensitivity turns inward and can become irritating, because Aries, you guys don't really like emotions. You kind of like just kind of floating on the surface and not really dealing with them. So be mindful that you're meeting your own needs when it comes to your emotions this afternoon, because there's a lot of disconnecting that you've been doing today, where even you could be disconnecting from your own self. So seek activities this evening that help distract you and help soothe you, just to make sure that you're mitigating your own self needs. Okay, into tomorrow. Very resentful underlying energies are going to bubble to the surface in the morning. Okay. Venus is not going to be your friend in the morning, bringing in sensitive energies that don't make you feel so confident. They are wearing that this is just the morning, so don't feed into them. Don't let it placate you. Don't make any big decisions based on these emotions, okay? Be aware that this can cause frustrations in others and any projects that you have coming or putting forward. Compromising energies are going to come into the afternoon, so wait until then if you need to smooth anything over. And just be aware that rough edges from the morning can lead into the afternoon because of the sensitive energies, so make sure you're smoothing over anything that you need to, because Aries, you don't like emotion. So the sooner you can nip things in the butt, do so. And you can do so if things at the start of tomorrow, if they're still bugging you by the end of the day, you can nip them in the butt. All right, for Taurus, Oh, and I just wanted to add this because I added this to my notes, and I think this was cute because this is actually something I was doing before I found out the dance moms had mentioned me. But I actually have, where is it? For those of you who know, is it here? Oh, what did I do with it? Okay, well, I have the dance moms information broken down with their days because it was just something I was working on with another project. And that's very odd that it just happened to disappear on me because I know for a fact that it was in that book. This is how things have been going today. So, and all my angels are like on the defense, so I'm just going to let it be. But I have it notated who's who when it comes to their signs. So I just thought it would be funny that I'd throw it in that Kathy Nesbitt Stein is an Aries. Which for her, when I found that out, I was like, oh, that is so fitting for you. That is so fitting for you. And that explains why you kept coming back. Like you were so bound and determined to beat Abby. Like that is such an Aries thing that like them bowing out gracefully actually comes very hard. So if any Aries is out there and you've bowed out of a situation gracefully, give yourself props, okay? So the next sign for Taurus, which this also makes a lot of sense, Holly Fraser. And this kind of threw me for a loop, but evidently so is Jojo Siwa. But I think she's more on the cusp, but I got to look into that because I was just like, really? JoJo's a Taurus? I could kind of see that, but I can't again. I thought honestly JoJo was going to either be a Scorpio or a Sag, truthfully, when I looked into it. But no, she's a Taurus. So for Tauruses on Wednesday, confusing and conflicting energies start off the morning. So guys, you're going to notice a commonality here with the confusing, conflicting, irritating, chaotic energies in the morning. Okay. Everyone else seems wrong. It actually is everyone else today, Taurus. Do not let other people influence you today. Be aware that others need to navigate their own energies and you navigate your own. You stay on your own path. You stay true to course. Okay. Maintain your focus on the objectives at hand. This is not the day to go rescuing people. Let people solve their own problems today. Let their problems be their problems. And it's going to be really important today for you, Tauruses, to just stay focused, stay in your own zone, let other people batter the battles. And you just be mindful of any resentment or irritating energies or frustrations from others that come towards you and navigate accordingly. Okay. Be mindful of ego-driven decisions later in the afternoon. It's better to enact the 3-day rule, Taurus, if you have any decisions to be made. Okay. On Thursday, everyone seems to, tomorrow, everyone's going to, so how everybody else seemed to be kind of off balance and off kilter today, they're going to be pissing you off tomorrow. Okay. You've got a lot of very high energy, influential type, ego-driven energies coming in tomorrow. And Tauruses, you don't tend to do well with those type of people. Okay. Use this time for this to expose any true colors of people. If somebody comes in and they are being egotistical, it might be time to cut those people out of your life. Have the argument internally versus externally. Like I said, if somebody comes in and shows their true behavior, have that conversation in your mind of maybe this person isn't the best influence in my life. Okay. I just said that. I literally just said that. So it's kind of funny how when I do the meditations, I write this stuff down. And then when I repeat it back to you guys, I start repeating exactly what I wrote down in the meditation. A, it's confirmation that I'm getting the same thing, but B, it's also kind of confusing because I'll be like, no, I just said that. Stay focused on yourself for the remainder of the day. Since energies are going to be best bet and understood when they are turned inward today. So towards tomorrow evening, Thursday evening, It's going to do those little things, do those little projects. They're referencing that it's okay for you to be a little selfish with your energy tomorrow evening, moving into Friday. And with what's going to happen this Friday, Tauruses, it's best that you actually do conserve your energy and kind of prep to, wow. I just heard prep to have the battle shields up. So Tauruses, we'll have to see what comes in tonight and tomorrow when I meditate on that. But I'm already seeing for you that this weekend might not be the best of weekends for you. So be aware of that. Probably because this full moon causes the long-term goals and long-term resentments to come into fruition. And I could see why that would irk Tauruses. So Geminis, the twins have been in full effect today, trying to navigate and balance other people's energies. It's up, down, left, right, center. You literally are the Wonka Vader today, trying to keep up with everybody's expectations and demands. They're referencing to not let this influence you. Kind of take a step back when you can. Don't make any big decisions. If you're getting pressured to try to make a decision, do what you can to apply the avoiding tactics to be able to make the decisions later. You've got too much influential energy that's coming in from other places that you putting your thumb on your own decision, Geminis, is going to be difficult because your twins are just, this is a good day for Geminis because they can balance it all, but also a bad day because you don't want to make any decisions because you're not quite sure what is your energy. Okay. Other people are extremely sensitive today to you, towards you, towards your energy in particular. So keep an eye on not stepping on anybody's toes or being offensive to anybody with your pure honesty. Sometimes, Gemini, you are able to see it for what it is, especially in these chaotic times. And for people that are super highly sensitive, telling them like it is like a slap in the face, especially even those that are used to being able to be told like it is, they're even going to react sensitively to it. Okay, Geminis? Hope for the best, plan for the worst, and keep your mind in the middle all today. Into tomorrow, you're still going to be dealing with impulsive and intensive energies that are going to require quick reactions. However, react. Don't make decisions. Okay. It's okay to say, oh, I saw that, but you know what? Let me think about it before I decide on it. And that is how you're going to have to handle tomorrow, Geminis. Emotional stimulation is the craving, but others are not going to be able to provide it tomorrow simply because with Venus and Mars opposition, that's kind of what happens is they kind of go head to head with, it's kind of like as my angels visualize it for me, it's kind of like husband and wife fighting, not getting along. They're having that disagreement where they're like having to take time out from each other to go think about it before they come at. That's the kind of energies we're having right now. And for you, Geminis, that's why you're bouncing all over the place. Okay. So tomorrow, with the full moon energies coming into effect, you're going to want to be able to turn the energy inward and self-soothe. If you've got any of those projects at home that you need to get taken care of, do it. Just kind of learn when situations come in for you in the afternoon tomorrow, try to understand the duality, try to understand both perspectives and both sides to the situation, but don't choose a side. Remember that you have to balance between others, and you can have more than one opinion, okay, about a situation. And you can have more than one opinion that's correct. But be mindful that you're satisfying your own needs, that you're not just siding with one side or another for someone else. Okay? Cancers. On Wednesday, you had that slowdown that Mars retrograde brought into effect. You are still feeling it this morning. It feels like you're drudging through sludge. It feels like you've got mud up to your neck, and you are a never-ending story and dragging your horse. Okay, energy struggles of wants versus needs are so at the forefront today, and it's probably going to get frustrating into the afternoon because with your stubborn and indecisiveness and more of that kind of energy coming in this afternoon, you're not going to be able to keep anything buried under the surface anymore. Okay. So be mindful that you don't explode. Okay. Be sure that you are releasing any frustrations, aggravations, or angers, but make sure that you're not doing it in a way where you're exploding on others. Okay. Cancers, you are a very emotionally no offense to you cancers, but when it comes to you the water signs and the emotion-based creatures, cancers are the worst at actually being able to navigate, balance, and maintain their own emotions. You are the ones that can often come out and seem nice and sweet and then end up in an attack. Pisces don't really have an attack. They just swim away. Scorpios, we've got multiple warning signs. You cancers, you little crabs, you can end up snapping at somebody and not even realizing that you just took their arm off. Okay. So be very aware of that into the afternoon on Wednesday. On Thursday, I'm going to highly suggest to most cancers to try to hide away on Thursday, because you are going to have very overwhelming, intense emotional energies all morning. When I was doing the meditation, I literally heard the "oh my" meme, and I was cracking up because I was like, "Oh, it's that bad? It's that bad." Okay, cancers. So Thursday, hide. They're referencing that it's definitely going to be a day of applying the tactic of working smarter, not harder. Allow new innovative perspectives to come in. If somebody wants to do it, let them do it. Pick your battles, figure out where your energy is going to be the most beneficial at being spent. And don't let other people's frustration deter you from your own goals, especially with everybody else's highly sensitive energies coming in tomorrow afternoon. Cancers, you can get easily influenced because of the fact that you sometimes are so emotionally stimulated that you just want to say yes and get it over with and done with and move on. Be aware of that tomorrow. Okay. Leos. Oh, and I forgot to mention. So for Geminis, for dance moms, we've got Chloe, Mackenzie, and Melissa are all Geminis for dance. And that cracked me up immensely because I was like, really? Huh. Isn't that interesting? I think Melissa probably showed it the most, but oftentimes as an adult, you'll show your sign more because, life decisions you've already been influenced by life, and your brain synapses and everything have been set. So you can't say that you're learning, you're just reacting based on your experiences. And sometimes how you react to underlying experiences does build up the fact that you are your sign. And I don't know how many times I could see Melissa bouncing between two things. Like she really did. And I always felt bad for Melissa because it seemed like she really did want to support both sides half the time. Not towards the end. Towards the end, once it hits the 7 years and all those legal filings come out, I will give all my predictions on what I think happened behind the scenes on that. I'm going to keep my mouth shut out of respect for the people involved, not for Abby Lee Miller, for the other people involved. But there's a point when I was just like, I know why Melissa shifted. I know it. Because I was a huge fan and I was addicted to the show. There's a lot of stuff in the in the recordings that they show now that they've cut out. And there was a lot of information that I remember specifically that happened where I put puzzle pieces together and I was like, and I have, I've kept up on all of it. So there's a lot where I was just like, you know what, Melissa, you made the right decision. I know exactly. If this happened the way I think it happened, crap. But up until that point, I understand why now I understand with Melissa being a Gemini, why maybe it was a little bit harder for her to bounce or to she really wanted to support both sides as a Gemini. That's what you do. When you care about something as a Gemini, you want to be able to support it from all angles. And I could see how she really wanted to support the moms and the other kids, but she wanted to support Abby, but she wanted to support her kids. And oh gosh, for a Gemini, I honestly think Melissa balanced that the best way possible with how She navigates things. And I have a little bit of heart for her too, because my rising is a Gemini. You guys see how I bounce all over the place. And my Gemini, my rising is how I appear to other people, how I appear on the outside. So it gives you kind of a good insight as to how Geminis function on the inside. They bounce all over the place and somehow they function. So Cancers, Nia is the only Cancer. And girl, I don't know how you survived Dance Moms being a Cancer. Girl. But it explains why Nia is probably one of the toughest ones, and why Nia is so quick to be like, you know what? No, I'm stepping out of this. My emotions are more important. So good job, Nia. On if you hadn't learned your sign, I highly suggest, Nia, that you learn your sign, because I can tell you right now, there's a lot more insight about yourself that you navigate, and I don't think you realize. So Leo's is next. And no, I didn't forget where I was. I'm just going off on tangents like I do. Leo's, this is Jill, Kira, and then my client is also a Leo. So, but I thought this was interesting because it was Jill and Kira. And I really don't remember, and I'm of course I'm binge watching Dance Moms in the background again, but I really don't remember Kira and Jill ever going at it. Like, I remember Jill and Kira kind of getting in a fight with everybody, but yeah. And I thought that was interesting that they were the same sign. And the other thing is because of my psychic and because of just practice, Leos don't usually fight with one another. Leos usually tend to either just kind of ignore each other or bond completely. They don't necessarily fight, because truthfully, if two Leos fought, there'd probably be no ending to that fight. Okay, so Leos for Wednesday, confusing and intense energies that are difficult to navigate are in the morning. Guys, notice a pattern. What you want to happen easily won't be easy. Oh wait, sorry. It's like they're saying it's a Murphy's Law kind of day. What you need to happen will be difficult to happen, but what you don't want to happen will come easily. So navigate accordingly. Use this to your advantage. So basically, they're kind of like, if you want to go slow, go fast, or if you want to go fast, go slow. If you want to get the room cleaned, go the opposite direction. Start opposite of what you would normally do. Like if you vacuum from one end to the other end, usually start from the other end and work, I hope that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain, but they're basically like work in opposition of yourself. So whatever you think is going to be the right way to do it, try to think of the other way to do it, because that's actually going to be the faster way to do it. Slow down to go faster, work backwards to move forwards, oxymoron kind of day. Well, I should have just continue reading, Kibby. It's you figured out how to explain it. It's right there. Basically, they're referencing for Leos in the afternoon today. Hide if you can. Aggressive and argumentative energies will fill the afternoon and fuel any underlying fires that might be burning. So they're basically saying, let any fires that are burning, don't touch them. You might want to, but leave them alone. Let your enemies get their own comeuppance. If you want to stick your poker in the fire, don't. This is not the day, Jill, to go into Kathy Nesbitt's dressing room and grab the microphone or the horn. Today is not the day to do that. Today is the day to go hide away and just kind of, let them have their hissy fit. Into the afternoon, they're referencing that it's going to get better, but your timing is going to seem off tomorrow. Okay. With the sensitive energies at play, this is going to cause restless frustrations because others are not going to be moving at your pace. Okay. You're going to want to get things done, and everybody else is going to seem to be dragging their feet, and you're going to be like, guys, come on, let's go. Let's get things done. So be aware of this, okay? Try to do something that allows your stress to be used positively and not negatively. And if there are anybody who causes you undue stress today, avoid them. Okay. This is for tomorrow, for Thursday. Focusing on scattered energies and putting them into a project is going to help you navigate all the overwhelming energies that come in tomorrow afternoon. Organize what you can, leave the messes for later. Okay. Don't get busy. Don't busy yourself on the details, Leos, tomorrow. Just wrap up what you can. And if there are messes, leave them for tomorrow or leave them for Friday. Virgos. Okay, so Abby Lee Miller is a Virgo. But here's another thing. So is Vivian. But again, child, adult. Abby, I believe, Abby is a Virgo. Abby is a true Virgo. The way she's able to be very motherly, very home-based, this is my cult, this is my circle, this is my grouping, but at the same time can be the biggest bully you've ever met on the planet. That is a Virgo. When Virgos want to be mean, they are mean to the core. They're like Scorpios, but Scorpios give you a pincher and a bite first. Virgos literally just attack. So, and I'm doing this because if any of you watched Dance Moms or choose to watch Dance Moms in the future or are Dance Moms fans or whatever else, this kind of gives you a really good idea of the personality traits that you can see in these people, because truthfully, everybody on this show is their sign, 100%. So Virgos, all the little hot problems seem to be highlighted today. 1,001 red flags are just going to be occupying every surface. Everywhere you turn, there is a red flag, there is a problem. Anything they're referencing that for Virgos, they're doing this on purpose because of the way that the planets are lined up in Virgo's charts. If you do not take care of these red flags now, they will become burning infernos by the new year. Okay. And I have a note about this because I did a deeper meditation for a client. And so I have an added note at the end of this. Be careful to navigate impulsive and aggressive energies. Get things done, but don't get them done just to get them done. Make sure that you're getting them done right. Think twice, look before you move forward. The problems have been there all along. They're no longer avoidable. I've been saying this for a while, that the universal energies have blown that rug off of everything. You can no longer sweep stuff under the rug. They're referencing for Virgos, this is going to be doubled down for you. Okay. Wait for all the details before making a decision, and watch for your ego when making these decisions and in communications with others all day today. Okay. Into Thursday, it's just going to continue with the restless, unresolved energies that seem to highlight the morning. These are going to be distracting and irritating type of energies. These are not the type of energies where you can apply them to the situation and expect to get things done. Okay. Be sure to acknowledge and take care of anything that's uncompleted to help navigate sensitive energies into the afternoon. Small but steady is more stable for success than a speed run to fame. Okay. The long-term, taking the time to stitch up multiple layers is going to do better in the long term than putting that quick Band-Aid fix on it. You Virgos, basically the universal energies are telling you, you are no longer allowed Band-Aid fixes, period. That is what the end of this year is going to teach you. Slow down to speed up in the small details. Things seem to be going good on the surface, so make sure that you're taking care of the underlying matters and not just sweeping things under the rug. And in the continued meditation that I did for this, because one of my, in connection to my clients, they're saying that Virgos are riding a high at the moment, but the roller coaster will fall off the track with the big hill at the new year in a cataclysmic way for any who are not tending to the underlying matters. So please be careful, Virgos, and don't let the ego convince you that everything is okay. So, and it was a big warning for Virgos, huge warning for Virgos. So please, 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 Cora, I hope you're listening. And I Wow, that came in strong, because I was just about to say, I have a feeling that she's going to be okay because she's pretty good at taking care of all the little things. And I've been hearing, talking to her on the reg. But yeah, it really doesn't matter if you've been taking care of the little things or not. Even stuff you didn't even realize is going to come to the surface. It's just, we're sorry, Virgos. It's just the way the planets and the energies are lined up in your chart, and it sucks. So, Libras. Kalani was a Libra, Miss Kalani. And Kalani is such a Libra. She's so a Libra. I love her. Uncertain and doubtful energies have occupied the majority of the day this morning, especially when trying to navigate energies of others. Okay. Keep an eye on repeating patterns for when everything seems off. So basically, if you feel like somebody is not into you anymore, or if you feel like there's a situation going on with a friend, don't dive into the initial feeling. Wait till the afternoon to get more information before you make a decision on what you're going to do with it. She's probably not listening, but Kalani, this especially applies to you, because if you are wedding planning and the little details you just don't, we know that it's important to make quick decisions on the little details when it comes to weddings, but not today. Avoid that today. Today's the day to kind of give yourself some time to give yourself some grace on making decisions, because they're referencing the devils in the details, especially when it comes to others. So watch. You're really going to have to keep an eye out for repeated patterns, Libras. Try to avoid conflicts, since they can and will affect the energies coming into the new year. Sensitive and overwhelming, unsteady personal energies fill the evening. So do not allow what happened this morning to start bringing doubt on you this afternoon, Libras. Stay confident. Do what you need to self-soothe, self-satisfy, self-accept, and understand that your idea of perfect is your idea of perfect, and it doesn't have to be others. Okay. For the afternoon, or for Thursday, they're referencing that all those situations that you left unattended to Wednesday, you're going to have all the solution-oriented energy Thursday morning. You're going to be able to basically just go right through that checklist on Thursday. So they're referencing, it's kind of like a college student studying for an exam. You studied. Now let that day before the test, let your brain mull, go do the things that make you happy, and then make all the decisions on Thursday. Okay. You're going to be able to see the fine line of everything. However, you're going to be able to fine tune everything, but they're referencing that there's a fine line between confidence and cocky. Don't let the ego kick in. Don't get cocky. Detailed energy comes into the play with more solution-oriented energies into the afternoon, allowing even more problem solving with ease. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. Energies are on your sign to balance this to your benefit. So like I said, all day tomorrow, Thursday, if the Libras, if you can, I would use tomorrow as I would use Thursday as the business decision-making day. So yes, tomorrow. Sagittarius is Kendall, my dear, my little Kendall. And then Jesselyn Siwa also is a Sagittarius. And again, I'm starting to see Kendall as a Sagittarius. The fact that her major in college definitely leans towards her Sagittarian. Jesselyn, obviously, her daughter's look at her daughter. I mean, that is, if you ever want to know what a Sagittarius is, there you go. That's what they do. Business-minded, detail-oriented, boom. Okay. So Sagittarius is Wednesdays. And Sagittarius, I feel for you, and don't get frustrated. But yes, the slow, distracting, overwhelming emotional energies have been this morning. You're like, where did all of this come from? Oh my gosh. Okay. So contradicting and confusing, especially with others, all the way into the afternoon. Make sure that you're balancing decisions with both your heart and your mind. Don't convince yourself that something is correct to make an agreement or a decision on just because other people say it is. Make sure that you are connecting everything, because Sagittarius is, if you're not connecting all three together in the decision-making process, as soon as something goes wrong, all three go off kilter. Okay. So they're referencing that take the time to solve any underlying problems into the evening. Because of the extra sensitivity, you might be more aware of the underlying problems and be able to figure them out in detail and sort through the emotions and make the decisions that need to be made. Into Thursday, give yourself a break in the morning, because restless and disorienting energies are going to influence everyone. And if you're in the bubble with everyone else, you may be good, but everybody's energies will inevitably influence you. So stay in your own bubble. Don't let others be themselves. Let others' energies be their own energies today. Don't feed off of it today. If there's any day to close off yourself, it's going to be Thursday. Stay true to your course, since others can be very distracting with their problems and details. Be a good friend, but you don't need to be the rescuer. You can listen without fixing. So Sagittariuses, that's going to be very important for you on Thursday. Communication comes in strong for you in the afternoon. So it's good to resolve the finite solutions with great precisions. But again, you don't need to fix the problem, but you can give the advice to fix it, if that makes sense. Like, here's my ideas, here's my perspective, this is how you do it, but you're going to have to get in your car and go do it. Okay. Capricorns, same energy this morning, restless, distracting, disconnected type of energies. And for Capricorns, you don't mitigate well with this, because you usually find your satisfaction in helping others, yet everybody else is so off kilter today that you can't seem to satisfy anybody. So, which means satisfying yourself is going to be difficult. Make sure that you're balancing between what you want and what you need today. Do your best. Make sure you're addressing your own needs before you address those of others, because satisfying other people's needs is not going to be as fulfilling for you today. Remember, it's okay to take a break if you have overwhelming energies in the afternoon. Go for a walk, smoke a bowl, come to fresh ideas, just take a breather basically into the afternoon, because the passionate and detailed oriented energies that come in are going to cause you to turn focus, which brings in central focus on underlying frustrations. And Capricorns, you don't do well when having to look at maybe making changes, especially of yourselves. And that's a lot of what's going to happen into the evening of today. Into tomorrow, they're referencing that it's actually, if you can satisfy the energies tonight, you're going to have a great day tomorrow, because you have good energies to be able to judge people's true feelings tomorrow. Anything that's been hiding in the woodwork is going to come out, especially with the way people are acting, simply because other people's energies are going to be so disorienting tomorrow that you're so good at picking up on the little details, you're going to be seeing all those red flags again. This happened for you last week, Capricorns, if I remember correctly. So basically, this is a repeated pattern that I've been seeing for several signs, where they've been trying to bring the little finite details under the surface to attention. And if you're not taking care of them, your new year is going to be really bad. Enemies cannot hide their subtleties with this kind of energies for you, Capricorns, moving into Thursday. Use the energies in the evening to ground yourself internally and externally. They're referencing tomorrow, Capricorns, it's going to be really important for you to do the process of saging yourself, then grounding yourself, then using sandalwood to protect yourself, because the energies that are coming in at the end of the year, the new year, are going to be very influential for you. And if you're on a positive road, you don't want the negative energy to come in. Okay. So for Aquariuses, for Wednesday, and Brooke is an Aquarius. So Brooke Highland from Dance Moms is an Aquarius, if you need a reference. Everything for Aquariuses just seem a bit off today. Aggressions, egos, just people are overwhelming. They seem just really just irritating, and just you're like kind of like, what is wrong with people today? Why are you all so just like on edge? So be mindful that you're not being passive aggressive to others, because just because they're on edge doesn't mean it's a game for you to play. And Aquariuses, because you are such social creatures, oftentimes you forget that those games can cause sensitive people to react wrong. So just be mindful of that, because everybody today is going to be ultra sensitive to you. Be mindful that you think before you speak. Watch what you say. Watch how you're responding, especially in your tone. You don't want to piss off your boss just because you think something's funny and he's so sensitive that he takes it the wrong way. Okay, it's going to be that kind of day for you, Aquariuses. Into Thursday, they're referencing that the unbalanced sensitive energies are going to start influencing you. You were able to balance them very well today, but tomorrow they will start affecting you. They're basically referencing for you, Aquariuses, following your instincts is going to be the best way to navigate this. For you're an air sign, sometimes going with the flow is the best way to literally just ride it out. Into the afternoon, emotional energies are going to kick in. Throw this into your creativeness. Okay. Use the energies to collaborate, to communicate, to work with people. This is a great time to maybe spark some new ideas that might get some really deep-seated results. Okay. They're referencing that into the evening on Thursday and starting into Friday, you're going to have good communication for friends, like starting new friendships, starting new inner circle connections, or fixing any of those neglected inner circle connections, like we were talking earlier. Okay, for Pisces is my mother and Christy Lukasiak. So Pisces, you fishies. Y'all have just been riding this wave so easily and so wonderfully. Like Mars retrograde didn't affect you. Mercury retrograde didn't affect you. Jupiter moving didn't affect you. Pluto, what Pluto? However, they're referencing Venus-Mars opposition. This is actually going to affect you. And it's simply because when it comes to everybody else's energies, Pisces, you tend to be impulsive, especially with these kinds of sensitive energies. So they're referencing, be aware of indecisive, sensitive energies in the morning, that everything's going to be equally reciprocated for you. So just today's not the best day to match energies is basically what they're saying. Okay. In the afternoon, they're referencing that these energies, because everyone seems so off kilter, are going to become awkward and confusing for you. Make sure that you're doing what you need to do to self-soothe and self-accept. Not everybody is on your same page, okay? Because it's so indecisive and these energies are so wonky, make sure that any decisions that you have to make that regard other people, you save for later. In general, it's just a bad day to have people around you. Do what you can. If you can hide away today, Pisces, just kind of hide away and stay in your own bubble. It's not anything to do with your energies or your chart. It has more to do with everybody else's. Into Thursday, they're referencing the bum rush of sensitive emotions built up by other people for the last day is going to affect you, and it's going to occupy and probably disrupt your energies for the morning. So just be aware to steer clear of anything that's frustrating or overwhelming. Not the best time to start any new tasks. However, they are referencing it is going to be a good time to find the deeper meaning in situations. So for parents, if you've been wanting to have that conversation with your kid to maybe, why do I feel like my mom's listening to this? If you want to have any conversations with your kids to find any underlining or deeper meanings to issues, tomorrow's going to be a good day for you, Pisces, depending on your child's energy. I feel like I'm being listened to. Just know that tomorrow afternoon, a lot of selfish energy is going to come in, but they're referencing that it's okay to be selfish sometimes, especially for those signs that tend to spend all their time caring about others. So they're referencing that just work smarter, not harder. Think of the positive. Don't let the negative affect you. And if you want to go take a spa day, go take a spa day in the afternoon. Go get your nails done. If you're a guy, go to Home Depot and go buy that tool you've wanted for a while. So Scorpios on Wednesdays, and Little Paigey is a fellow Scorpio, and I'm a Scorpio as well, but Scorpio is my sun sign. So Little Paigey is also a Scorpio as well. So we match together in that. And I'm going to have to get some WD-40 for my chair because it's squeaking now. So today, they're referencing that let other frustrations be their frustrations. Allow yourself a little bit more time to pamper yourself in the morning. Don't overdo it. With these sensitive, confusing, overwhelming, impatient energies, Scorpios, we tend to put them on ourselves. We tend to start attacking ourselves. Don't do that this morning. You're not at fault. It is literally, it's one of those days where you just like, you know what? I blame the energies. Blame the energies. It actually is the energies. Okay. Don't let the past affect your present. Don't let anything, don't make these energies bring up any underlying issues that you need to dwell on. As long as you've been taking care of them, you're good. Scorpios have a bad habit of taking things that even they've solidified and finished and completed and dredge them up simply because we can. So don't do that. Hope for the best, plan for the worst, keep your mind in the middle. And they're referencing that into the evening, other people's situations and frustrations are their own energies. Let them overwhelm themselves. Be mindful not to react. You can tend to take things like this personally, Scorpio, so don't. It's also a day, Scorpios, go to your bubble. Kind of stay in your own little bubble. Pop your head out. Actually, it's more of a tortoise shell kind of day. Pop your head out every little once in a while to check on things, but for the most part, just kind of stay in your own little space. Into Thursday, they're referencing that because of the influences, everybody else is going to feel disorienting to you. Scorpios are going to be able to be highly focused. So use this time to take care of those long-term details. Scorpios, you know how you tend to, when bad days come, you put things aside. Tomorrow's going to be one of those great days to be able to get that list of to-do things done. Finite those details for whatever plans you have. Okay. Don't be your own worst enemy when it comes into the afternoon. Just because you are the master at not seeing things as perfection because you did it yourself, that doesn't mean it's not done perfectly. So be flexible, be pliable. Just because that line isn't absolutely perfectly straight, it doesn't mean that it ruins the entire picture. Okay. They're referencing that it's going to especially be important for Scorpios to turn the energies inwards towards a personal project for best results. It's going to be definitely one of those terminology nights of, if you want it done right, better do it yourself for Scorpios. Okay. Simply because everybody else's energies are so cockeyed and Scorpios tend to be so OCD and perfectionists that is where you are going to end up losing your cool. Okay. So other than the full moon coming in on the 15th, we do have a conjunction with the moon and Mars coming on the 18th, which will start relieving a little bit of the sensitive energies with Venus and the moon being in conjunction. And then we've got Yule, December solstice, coming on the 21st, and then the last quarter moon on the 22nd. The only other good news is we've got the moon going in conjunction with Mercury and a new moon right before the new year. So for my clients that are watching and anybody who's new, I'm going to be doing a New Year's cleansing on my live stream because it just so happens to be that I have my normal live stream scheduled on the New Year's, and with the new moon on the 30th, I honestly can't see a better time. So that is that for today and tomorrow. For anybody who's interested, I will be doing your weekend forecast tomorrow's live stream at the end. And on that note, hello to new people. I see. Hello, guest star. It's nice to see you. Thank you. Welcome and hello. And you have the pleasure of talking to me, but you cannot meet me in person. That is why we are YouTubers. You are welcome into our space on YouTube to have a conversation. I'll be happy to talk to you in the comments section. Meeting me in person is not going to be a possibility unless I already know you in person. So I appreciate the want to meet me. However, that's the Thank you, but no. So for the most part, that was our little horoscope overview. And for now, we're going to go ahead and jump into a 20-minute sprint so that I can finish the outline on book 1 and be able to finish book 2's outline, because now, once I finish book 1 outline, I'll have what I can reference and need to reference for book 2, because that's what happened. I got stuck again. And this happened to me before. I kind of looked back on my last live streams and I was like, Kibby, you did this before. This happened to you before. And then I threw out the outline because I was like, oh, I'm not using it. Now I remember why I needed it. So we're going to jump into a 20-minute sprint, and I will see you guys in 20 minutes. In 3, 2, 1. And don't forget to All right, time's up. That's the end of that 20-minute sprint. So if you were watching, you shouldn't have been if you were doing your work like you're supposed to be doing. But if you were watching, I found the Dance Moms thing that I was looking for. Because I was doing some research on personalities and people and their signs. And tell you the truth, I needed a large group of people where I knew that all of their signs were public and I could, like, personalities. Basically, Dance Moms was a good test subject base to kind of examine personality traits coalescing with their signs over a long period of time, both in children and adults. It's very interesting. However, in the research of doing this, because I wanted to get kind of a overlay for their personalities, I highly recommend, if none of you have ever seen it before, this book. Yes, it's thick. I have pages missing. This is actually my second version of this book. One thing I'm going to warn you about this book is, if you do buy it and you read it, or you have people read it, just make sure that you keep an eye on it. I've had more than my fair share of people get angry at the book and throw it. But the cool thing about this book is that for each day of the birthday, it gives you detailed information, including their strengths and their weaknesses. And day of, which is very interesting. So I'm going to use, since probably the best example, I'm going to use my birthday as the best example. So, because I already know it. So I'm the day of discovery. Here it shows my personality traits and weaknesses. And I can say, honestly, from reading this book, it is dead on with personalities and everything else. Curious, adventuresome, and technical are my strengths. Yes, absolutely. Resentful, difficult, and hurtful. Yes, all traits I'm working on. And the reason I bring this up is because if you are one of those people that is like me and just curious about the curiosities of people, this book also gives you a breakdown of those people that were born on. And as you can see, I add my own to it. Most of these days have birthdays added to them or names added to them. And it kind of gives you, I don't know, it gives you good introspective to people. And it's, as if we all need more to read in life. I use this more like if you get a new job, or if you start collaborating with somebody, or there's a personality at work that just seems to rub you the wrong way, or somebody at school that you can't seem to connect with. I often find that reading this book gives me a little bit of insight into that person. And I've heard it being called manipulation, but basically I use it to try to figure out how to communicate and get along with those people. If you know their strengths and their weaknesses, sometimes you can compliment them to their strengths, and you can help them out with their weaknesses. So, like for instance, one of my friends, her weaknesses was technical. Well, one of my strengths is technical. What do you think we bonded over? So it kind of gives you a little bit of an insight. And I use that to kind of go over a lot of the Dance Moms. And it really does. Like another way I've been using the Dance Moms kind of to verify that book is correct, and that, vice versa. It really is. There's a lot of personality traits that you can pick up from people in that book that can help you. So I was able to get over 1,000 words done on my book 1 outline, which was my goal today. So I was able to accomplish my book goal as far as I'm concerned. Other than that, the only other topics I wanted to talk about, and they're kind of all, this is going to be a little bit what seems like a mindless rant, but this is all connected. And this is something that I have literally been watching and keeping my eye on since about 2017, actually probably earlier than that. Truthfully, with the people I know, this goes all the way back to like 2002, 2003. However, The recent media changes that have happened is part of an industry flip. So if you've been watching everything that's been going on, if you've noticed, a lot of the channels, a lot of the mainstream media channels, except for Fox News, have literally been dropping off in viewership massively on the back end. A lot of them don't want to admit it, but everybody is literally scrambling, trying to figure out what to do. This media change, this media flip just so happens to correlate with everything that I've seen that's been going on with the industry flip, because the triangle is falling. If you didn't hear, recently on Sunday, Jay-Z was indicted with P. Diddy on several accusations. There is a lot more to this, because I'm going to tell you right now, just from what I know, that is the middle of the tier. There's certain people, CD, LT, and the entity of SP that are next. Those are the top tiers. And from what I've seen from the beginning of this industry flip, that is what is going to be, that is the aim of the other side, is to take down that tier, the CD tier, the LT tier, and the SP tier. And I'm smart enough not to say exactly who they are or what they are. However, if you are knowledgeable and intertwined in the industry the way that most of these people are, you will know exactly who I'm talking about. So just know this isn't over with. Next year's entire karmic lesson is responsibility and wisdom. And from what I can hear on the other side, that is literally what they are forcefully instilling on the top tier next year. They blew off the rug this year. And this is since the wonderful vid that happened. This is something that I've seen, because right after the vid, basically that happened to get everybody to turn inward, to see if you make everybody go home and stay home and start focusing on the little things at home, maybe they might start fixing the details. Well, there's a lot of people that instead of fixing the details, just decided to even play more just like, I can't see it. Well, a lot of those people were up in the upper echelon of things. And basically, this slowdown the last couple of years has been, you either fix and address the details, or by basically 2025, it will be a shoo-in. You will no longer, none of this will work anymore. The prediction I made in 2022 that by 2024, the Kardashians would be null and void, that was the beginning of the shift. That was the start of everything. There's a lot more information that there's a large, how can I put this? There is a far bigger chess game being played than I think even the main players who have played this game for a long time don't even realize. It's like, they have been continuing to play their little chess game while a bigger chess game was built around them. And they didn't realize that they just got pulled into this whole other chess game. And they're now playing a chess game that A, they didn't create, B, they don't know the rules to, and C, they don't even know the boundaries of. And that was the only way to do it. And we'll see what happens in the next year. But them media walls come tumbling down, pretty much is what we're going to see. So this is the middle. This is the dead center they're referencing. This is actually the eye of the storm. We are visualizing and centraling and focusing in on all the details, and the big stuff is about to come. And they're referencing that it's coming from multiple angles, because you're already seeing it with the way that TikTok is being banned, for most of you that don't know. They have 90 days, I think it was 60 or 90 days to sell the company, or else they are going to get shut down. So that is another angle that is being attacked. And then the third angle is Disney, you better get your stuff together. Disney, you better fix yourself and start revealing that you're connected to TMZ, that you're connected to a lot of this stuff. Because if you don't, them tumbling wall, those big old walls are gonna be tumbling down. So, and it's kind of interesting because I don't know if I actually connect to Mr. Disney on the other side or not. However, the energy I get from the other side when I tap into like, does anybody care that this legacy is coming down? It's very much like, this isn't my legacy, so this needs to crumble. Because then my truth, what I actually wanted to happen, maybe will actually start happening again. Because Disney supported the Imagineers. And we can all see exactly what's happened when you take the Imagineers out of it. And on the last note, I'm going to say this. I want them to take AI off of everything. I am done with AI. I am done with the illusion of creation and imagination and self. Like, I'm done with the illusion. I am so sick of the auto type or the AI. Like, the talk to text was bad enough before. I don't know what they did to it, but I won't even use talk to text anymore. Period. It needs to understand, like, AI can't read my mind. So it needs to type out exactly what I'm saying instead of trying to correct my sentence as I'm saying it. It doesn't know what I'm saying. You're not smart enough yet, AI. Sorry. Period. Number 2, when did autocorrect shift? Because autocorrect used to autocorrect based on the formation of the keyboard and not in the thought process that our alphabet is in a straight line. And I have noticed this because Grammarly, all of the new AI instruments that do autocorrect, when you type in OEN, it only autocorrects to 1, not own. And the old autocorrect seemed to understand that E and W are next to each other on the keyboard. So you might actually be meaning to hit the W instead of the E. But current AI, like, I'm so sick of it. I am so sick of it. AI is not smart enough yet to be fixing stuff for us. Like, sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm so sick of it. They need to remove AI from it. Nobody asked for it. Nobody wanted it. Look what it's done to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Look what it's done to all of our advertisements, including Coca-Cola. Who the hell? Oh, wait, the same people who wanted Harris as president. That's who, and that's right. And those who ran the DEI initiative to the fuck, and that's right. So anyway, those are my little rants for today. Oh, and the last little thing is, I still think that Lifetime owns TMZ. Because this whole Gypsy Rose debacle, that's where we wanted to go on this. Okay, I just flew into this. Okay, so the whole Gypsy Rose debacle, now that she is now on probate, like, she just got it pulled into a parole hearing, for anybody who didn't know. And I've talked about her several times because of pattern of behavior. And I just find it very interesting because I know for a fact that a lot of what Gypsy Rose has been doing has been PR for Lifetime, because there's, I mean, a lot of what Ryan has been doing, all of these TikTok lives and everything else, guys, it's PR for Lifetime's television show, because they need the Gypsy Rose signed a contract to do a reality show with Lifetime, and it fell apart because, she's a criminal. Like, well, y'all know, if you guys don't know my opinions, go back and listen to my other lives. I've given my full opinion on it. However, the reason that I think TMZ is owned by Lifetime is this. It is too coincidental to me that TMZ seems to have all of the breaking news, breaking insight with Lifetime, but not with many other shows, not with any other TVs. Oh, except for SP, which I'm not going to say because I don't support them. So I honestly think there's a contract. And by the way, that triangle is going to be broken as well. So those are my predictions. We're going to learn a lot by March, April of next year in regards to the industry and what's going to happen because of basically because of energies, charts, and the universal karmic stuff that's been building for the last 7 years. We've hit ahead. We really have. And the tides are shifting. We had a karmic awakening on the 5th and 6th. We've all seen this industry shift start at the beginning of this year. If you think and they're coming in again saying that if you think you had a good year last year, just wait till next year. And on the flip side, if you think that you had a bad year last year, just wait. So on that note, I came up with a little closing cheer because if you've been listening from the beginning and if you know me at all, Emily D. Baker fan, she always does a cheers at the end of her live streams because it was something we started during COVID. Mine's going to be a little bit different because I changed it and modified it for a channel, but thank you. We are going to copy it a little bit. And the one that I came up with was, may your angels be strong, may your energies be positive, and may karma be ever in your favor. Until next time, guys. Bye for now.